Welcome to the DCS Situation Report.
Your expected approach time 3-4, approach button 17, the altimeter 2997.
Welcome back to the channel. This is Prickly Hedgehog. Join me over coffee perhaps, or a beer, or whatever you prefer as we take a little look at last week's newsletter from Eagle Dynamics. We'll begin with some fabulous screenshots showcasing the ongoing work from the ED team on their Persian Gulf map, which, as you know, has received major lighting updates under the 2.8 Edge game engine for open beta. In this case, we're referencing nighttime effects, which thus far have been very impressive. The team advised that real-time lighting work continues, and we should see in the next update several ports in Dubai, oil tankers, and rural houses see the same treatment. They're currently integrating this technology to all rural, industrial, and unique buildings on the map, including the Burj Khalifa. Thus far, the lighting techniques showcased have been a great success in building a lot more depth to night flying, especially in these built-up areas. This tech, of course, has also been used on the South Atlantic map as well, which I showcased a few weeks ago, where development is also ongoing in that map and continues to impress me with the Razbam team there working very hard to flesh out features on the mainland in particular, and stay tuned for more work on that area, which I know they are doing. Once the Persian Gulf is complete, I expect we'll see the same implementation on other maps. Which one's going to be next? Unfortunately, I don't know, so stay tuned. WAGS was back last week with some exciting updates on the Apache for this coming open beta patch. Part of the video, in true WAGS style, was a snippet from the Sinai Map featuring the Great Pyramids as seen in the screen capture. One of the great wonders of the world, it was a great way of illustrating both the potential readiness of the Sinai Map while also introducing changes to the Apache. According to WAGS, the map is pretty close to release, it sounds like, so keep your eyes peeled on that. I'm looking forward to seeing how that gets implemented and, of course, flying around those amazing wonders of the world. Now, these changes with regards to the Apache will include updates to the 3D animated pilot and co-pilot CPG models from the first-person perspective, which sounds really cool. Additionally, and perhaps more importantly, will be the implementation, which was the subject of WAGS' video really, Image Auto Track Function, or IAT, and its subsidiary, the Multi-Track, or MTT submode. It was a pretty interesting video and again highlights the potency of this particular platform as a weapon in the game. The team have also completed the perf page, which provides critical data on the aircraft's performance in real time. Things such as pressure, altitude, engine temperatures, and aircraft weight are especially critical in helicopters, as they are in all aircraft, but where the lift is provided by the engine's power and torque, one has to pay particular attention to the parameters in which those two states can maintain lift without, of course, damaging the aircraft through over-torquing. As one helicopter pilot mentioned to me recently, there's two things a helicopter pilot can always tell you: wind direction and weight of the aircraft. The perf page can be used to calculate your safety margins, which will fluctuate as the weight changes from fuel consumption to the discharge of the helicopter's stores, not to mention, of course, the weather as indicated before. It's not simply a matter of adding more torque and power willy-nilly to counteract your average DCS piloting skills, unfortunately, and I do enjoy the challenge that brings to using helicopters over their fixed-wing counterparts in the game, so this page will be particularly useful for those of you really interested in flying these helicopters realistically. ED also mentioned improvements to the aircraft's flight model and control system with more work planned. We'll have to wait for the changelog to clarify what that means, but I have heard some grumblings in the community about issues, shall we say, regarding the flight model. I can't really attest to these as I have been focused on other aircraft of late, which include the A-10C2 over the summer, which I really love, and more recently the FA-18C, which is still a fan favorite and favorite of mine. I'm often asked what should I buy as a first full fidelity aircraft, and honestly, I don't think you can go wrong with the F-18, especially if you're interested in naval operations. That may be the subject perhaps of a separate video. Speaking of the F-18 though, ED plugged a new Hornet campaign from Badger 633, Rise of the Persian Lion 2, which will see you operating around the Straits of Hormuz aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln. One of the benefits of the Hornet, again for those looking to embark on their first full-fidelity module, is that the aircraft probably has one of the largest collections of official campaigns and plenty of training material to help you master the art of flying her. I must say too, once you go full fidelity, if you haven't already embarked on that journey yet, you'll find it hard to go back to anything less, similar to those folks who love VR over the 2D screen experience with DCS. Now keep your eyes on the regular ED sales too, which is a good way to bundle your purchases without breaking the bank. A shorter video this week, which brings us to, I guess, the end of another DCS SITREP, and we're very, very close to the end of the year, which has seen a tremendous amount of new material in the game, and of course revelations of more to come for 2023. What then, though, is up with the F-15E, you may ask, which appears to be in the hands of ED for quality assurance testing, and hints that we won't see it in 2022 as hoped. Now, in fairness, we really have no official announcement from RASBAM outside of snippets on Discord that dashed some excitement about the promised or hoped for 2022 release. Now, in fairness, Ron Zambrano did say that they will not release the aircraft unless it is up to muster. I imagine that they can't announce anything until ED has given the green light anyway, so we will have to wait and see if anything materializes over the next few weeks. But we are running out of time. It appears there needs to be some additional work. There was some speculation that we might see it as a pre-purchase option if we don't see it as a release. None of this has been confirmed, so I think it's best to wait before we pour more speculation and gasoline on what is a growing fire. One thing did amuse me a little, though, with the community were the number of people who took the opportunity to poo-poo the module because it doesn't have an AI wizzo. I'm always intrigued when community members demand more realism from the developers, and then RASBAM go and build one of the most sophisticated aircraft in the game where a human wizzo, for realism, will grant you the best from this aircraft, and we get meh from the community. Part of this, I think, is due to the heavy single-player preference based on the community. Remember, you can fly it and do most of the things the wizzo does from the rear cockpit, but you're going to be very busy in doing that. In several videos I've been watching on the F-15E for real-life performances, there's no question two heads are better than one in the air, and indeed it is a feature of why the aircraft is so successful. We have been kicking around in the air warfare group already if there are members interested in doing exclusive wizzo duties when the F-15 is finally released. I'm massively intrigued by this aircraft, and I'm learning just how powerful a weapon it can be as a bomb truck and a BVR platform. It is in fact capable of self-escort to and back to base from the target, and the work that we've seen on the radar system is extremely impressive. It really is a work of art. So stay tuned is the short answer, and hopefully I can bring you more information in the weeks ahead, which satisfies some of the questions the community is itching to have answered. Thanks for tuning in today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and if you want to support the channel a little more, there is the super thanks button. Comment in the comment section below, of course, on all of the topics or any of the topics that we discussed today. I enjoy reading them and having discussions with you on all things DCS related. So that'll do for this week. We'll see you next time on the DCS Situation Report. Cheers.